Greetings everyone who is watching this video. I am Niña Magdamit, a student of AMA Online Education and currently taking Bachelor of Science in Accountancy. For the completion of my subject in IT 201, System Analysis and Design, I would like to present you my project proposal with the title of Development of Unified Timekeeping System for IETI Main Office. To begin with, I'm going to provide you a brief description about the company involved in my study. This is the main office of IETI, or International Electronics and Technological Institution. They are like AMA. They have different schools and branches throughout the Philippines, especially in Metro Manila. Going back to my project proposal, when you hear timekeeping system, what is the first thing that pops up in your mind? For me, as an employee, it reminds me of the bandy clock, time card, proximity card, or many other things that are related to logging in and logging out. In connection with these different types of timekeeping system, there's a study conducted by Bridge Southeast Asia regarding the payroll in the Philippines. According to their study, 11% are still using the manual system method. And part of this 11% is IETI because they are still using a bandy clock. So, how does this manual system work? Let's find out. First, employees are inserting a time card into the bandy clock to record their log in and log out. In requesting leave and overtime, they have to fill out a printed form. On the management side, they will review this, approve, and manually save it on the system. Moving on, as part of the development of this study, it is significant to evaluate what are the consequences of using the manual method. What are the disadvantages of using the manual system? First, it is prone to human error. What are considered human error? Example, if an employee inserted a time card that is belong to another employee, that is human error. And inaccurate transposing of information is also considered human error since you will need to get the data on the time card and manually enter it on the computer. Another issue that we can see on using the manual system, it questions the quality of the paper. As we know, paper is fragile. It easily turns out. Downside also of the manual system is ink may faded and this will lead to the erasure of information. I already mentioned earlier that in manual system, it requires a manual entry of data. This only implies that the company need to hire more people in data entry tasks. So it is not cost effective. Aside from the data entry tasks, you have to assign other individuals in collecting and retrieving data and sorting it. Since the paper is the blood and soul of manual system, you will imagine how many papers will pile up or accumulated as time goes by. You will deal with storage issues because you have to organize the papers, keep them in the drawers, boxes, folders. On the other hand, another prominent disadvantage of using the manual timekeeping system, it is time consuming. It will consume you a lot of time. Another problem is it has no auto sort. You have to rely on the employee to arrange the record. Paper files can be buried in which it will be difficult for you to find the record again. Lastly, stating the different problems in using the manual system, we can conclude that this system is inefficient. Another one is it is outdated. Like what I have shown earlier about the pie graph, provided by the study of Southbridge Asia, it will show you that 3/4 of the organizations have already switched to the automated timekeeping system. To eliminate these issues, what should be done? What will be the solution in this? I am empirically suggesting to improve the timekeeping system. When we say improvement, your goal is to become better by complying with different changes. So the question now, what are these changes? First, changing from manual to automated. Being automated means being electronic or less human tasks. Another change is shifting from diverse to unified. When you say unified, you means there is combining different subsystems like the attendance system, leave and overtime management, and the payroll functions. Unifying them will help the company to be more organized. These ideas leads to the development of this project. Going further, here are the objectives of my study. First, timeliness. Since 71% is already using some automated system based on the study of Southbridge Asia, this implies that we should respond to the technological revolution. This is to remain in the market and to be more competitive. Number 2, to provide a hassle-free way of collecting and processing data. It means making the job easier for everyone. It will boost the employees' morale and will create an environment that is very easy to everyone. Leads to a happy working environment. And number 3, to save time. Simply to save time. Like the old saying that time is gold, saving time is saving company resources. And saving company resources is saving money. This will be only achieved if we will make the processes simply and easier. Number 4, to have a cost-effective system. So, since I am an accounting student, I learned from the financial management that the primary goal of businesses is profit maximization or wealth maximization. So if I were the owner, the first question I'm going to ask is, why would I implement this such system? Will I benefit from this? Of course. My proposed project still aligns with this goal, the profit maximization. Providing a cost-effective system will help the company to reduce wastivity in resources. Lastly, to improve operation of the organization. Then again, this is being considered because implementing a system has a huge impact on how the processes will flow. The proposed system is looking forward to eliminate numerous problems that being experienced in the manual method. As objectives were formulated, it is also important to weigh the scope of the system. Since that no system existing is perfect, finding the limitation will help the proposed system improve and the creation of alternatives. Moving on the next page, here are the scope and limitation of my proposed system. First, it does not capture holiday pay. So if the employee reports to the work during a holiday, he needs to fill out an overtime form. Second, based on my interview and considering the employees' population of IETI, implementing biometric is not necessary because implementing biometric devices is too expensive. Again, we have to consider the goal of the company in profit and wealth maximization. Number 3, my system does not capture single parent leave, bereavement leave, and emergency leave. The leaves that should be considered only are vacation leave, sick leave, maternal and paternal leave. And lastly, it does not cover the entire payroll system. Its scope is is time and attendance only, being interconnected with the payroll function. To further explain this, the system generates all the reportings that will be used as the basis of the calculation of the salary. That is why it is interconnected with the payroll function. To better understand the project context and description, it's also important to discuss what are the features of my proposed system. The system will allow employees to clock in and clock out through LAN-connected computers. The portal requires to enter the username and password. As you can see here, this is the interface of the login page. Like the usual login page that we are seeing every day, my system has also a forgot password button. So the next question here is, why did I choose LAN? I would like a system that will prevent employee time theft. If the system is connected to the local network or the intranet, they can only access it inside the company's premises. So the next feature is the employee can check their time lag. Here is the example of the interface. As you can see here, there is filter date. All you need to do is manipulate this and click filter button. Another thing that you will notice here is there are 2 ins and 2 outs within one day. To explain this, if the employee needs to take their 1-hour break, or some companies call it lunch, they have to click clock out. Once they are done with their breaks, they need to click clock in. Since my proposed system is unified, it covers the leave management and overtime management. There is no need to fill out the printed form. All they have to do is go to their portal and fill out the leave application. You will see here the application of the menu system, all alternative system. You have to click the drop down and choose from leave types like vacation leave, sick leave, maternal or paternal leave. There are also drop-down arrows for time in and time out so that they can choose whether it's AM or PM. You can see also here that the date is formatted to day, month, and year. This gives uniformity to every form. Another benefit of having a unified timekeeping system is the ability to fill out a time data correction form. Let's move on to the next page so that I can see you the time data correction form. Like what you can see on my previous page, the form has also the date, time in, time out. Date is formatted. There are drop-down arrows for AM and PM. I am showing you now a feature that is very helpful to every employee, because most of the time we misplace our printed payslip. So using this feature, every employee can check their payslip and retrieve the old payslip. Going back to the leave management, this feature is providing a capability to the employees to check the leave calendar. This is very important because this gives them the idea whether an employee is already plotted on a specific date. On the management side, or the approving body such as accounting, human resource department, they can generate reports through the system. They also have the access to update and delete data. Example of updating data is when an employee submits a time data correction and they find it valid, they are going to adjust the time lag and it will show on the employee's end. There is a lot of reports that can be generated from my proposed system. I'm going to show you 2 examples. First is a type of yearly attendance. This is a yearly attendance details per employee report. As you can see here, this is very detailed as it shows the attendance of the employee per month. This also auto-calculates the average number of days present and total number of days present, total number of days absent. This will help the management to check the performance of the employee because attendance is an important key performance indicator. They will give them an idea if this employee has a lot of overtime, over break, if this employee is always late, and if this employee is always absent. Another report I am showing you is the absenteeism and leave report. With this help of reporting, the management can easily find out who are not present and distinguish if this employee is whether on leave or absent. Finally, here is the interface of my dashboard or portal in the said proposed system. On the upper portion, you will see the ribbons. Main buttons are home. If you're going to click this, you will be routed to the main page or the employee's dashboard. Second one is time lag. As the name suggested, if you will click this, you will be routed to the time lag reporting. Another one is official business. This is where you have to file your leave, request for overtime, and submit your time data correction form. On the leave calendar, I put it on the main ribbon so it will be very accessible for the employees. And lastly, the payroll function. Going there, you will access your payslip and old payslip. Going to the left portion, you will see 4 buttons, clock in and clock out. If you have to customize the page, you have to click setting. And lastly, exit, if you're going to log out, you have to do is click this. On the right portion, you will see the photo of the employee, the current time, and the current date. And at the middle, you will see the name of the employee ID, and department. These are the attributes of the employee. And lastly, this is not a button. This is a status indicator. Whether the employee is available, if they are present in the company, if they already click clock out, it will show gone home. Since I already provided the features of the proposed system, here are the questions that can be asked. Here is the question that can be asked. Does it make any difference from the manual method? And my answer is definitely yes. To discuss the significance of the study and to check if it still complies with the objectives I mentioned earlier, here are the benefits that the employee can get if this proposed system will be implemented. Number 1, it will make a paperless work environment since they will no longer fill out printed forms and use time card. Number 2, it can auto-sort and easy to generate report, which are missing from the manual method. Number 3, transparency. When you say transparency, the employee can access their time lags, their payroll, and their leave calendar. And number 4, it has the ability to correct data easily because it's being done electronically and directly through the system. Number 5, an improved leave management because of the ability to see the leave calendar. They can check whether to postpone their leave, whether to move it to another date. And on the management side, seeing the leave calendar will help them to decide whether to approve or deny the request of an employee. And number 6, this is helpful for forecasting for smooth operation. From the reports being generated from the system, they can create attendance policy and procedures. As we know, attendance is an important key performance indicator. Hence, giving an accurate reporting from the system results in smooth flow of operation. Number 7, The system helps to save time and eliminates numerous problems in the proposed system, such as a lot of workloads. It will make the job easier for everyone. To support why we need to have a better timekeeping system, here is the brief summary of my related studies. According to Dave Nevogue, effective time tracking can give the management a clearer understanding of the work process within the organization. Like what I mentioned earlier, it will help them to formulate new attendance policy and procedures, and it results to good flow of operation. And according to Saurabh, leave management is vital because paid time off has significant impact in financial state. While written by Jennifer Hetherington, overtime is one of the heaviest bottom line expenses of businesses. So if we have a proper overtime management, we can see who are the employees abusing this. Who will see who is the employee is not taking their overtime. And based from the website of Advanced System, good reporting can help to minimize the difficulty in managing employee attendance. And that absenteeism has a very huge effect on business costs. So they are suggesting two thoughts. First is the importance of having a good reporting. And my proposed system can generate different types of reporting which is very detailed. And second one, absenteeism. So this is regarding good time keeping system. So you can check who are the employees who has a lot of absenteeism, because it will affect the company's operation. For technical background, since I already provided the features of my system, I will provide you additional details. So my system is connected to intranet or the local network. Low-end computer will work, and all the punches and requests are being sent to the server. Those files are interpreted by the program and saved in the database. So my system is a database. This database is accessible to any users with administrative function like accounting, because they have to process operation like query, they have to delete data, they have to update data. And this project will not be successful without undergoing the necessary step. Part of this step is setting the meeting with the company, conduct an interview as data gathering. If I need further elaboration or if I need additional details, I made follow-ups like casual questioning. I also do some research and read related materials. I also interacted with some IT graduates so that I can hear feedbacks to improve this proposed system. I also created different types of diagrams. I designed forms and formulated reporting design. As you can see here in my Gantt chart on how I compress every activity in my limited time. But I made sure that I did not left behind any step in system analysis and design. For you to have an overview of this proposed system, let me show you my different diagrams. Here is the context level of data flow diagram. At the middle of this unified timekeeping system, all data flow being represented by the arrows are passing by through this process. To better understand what unified is, this process has sub-processes. You will see it on the level 0 of the data flow diagram. The unified system divided into 3, the login management, the leave OT management, and the payroll system. As we dig deeper with the hierarchy, I'm showing you here the level 1 of the data flow diagram of the said system. Login management was splitted to attendance and submit time correction. Attendance is regarding with on how the employee logs in and logs out, and how the employee check their time logs. Regarding that submit time correction, it's about submitting the time data correction. And second one is the leave and OT management. It was splitted in two sub-processes. It's all about filing and submitting forms, and the other one is approving and denying requests. And lastly, the payroll management. Since the timekeeping system is interconnected with the payroll function, so payroll management's main role is to receive inputs and generate reports. Based from these generated reports, it will be used to calculate the salary. In calculating the salary, it's also important to update the file. Let us move on to the next page. This is the ER diagram. The dark blue boxes represent the entities, and the diamonds represent the relationship. Understanding what are the relationships existing in the proposed system, identify what are the roles of these entities. Example, it is prominent that the employee's main role is to file different forms like the time data correction, overtime form, leave form, and another one is to check his time lag. On the accounting side, their main role is to create attendance, to get the attendance report, to approve different forms, to create payslip, and to send email notification. And the pink oblong surrounding surrounding the entities are the attributes. We already identified the processes, relationships, so finally, we can now distinguish different objects existing within the system. This is the collaboration graph of the proposed system. This stickman represents an employee who is viewing the time logs, filling out the forms, receiving payslip. There are different operations applied to the identified classes. Example, in the time flag, we can process operation of query. And update for correction, we can update it for correction. And next operation is for the class form. We can review it, we can reject or approve it. We can fill out the form. So as a conclusion, time tracking is an integral part of every employee. They get paid based on their attendance. This project proposal will help the company to save time, and saving time is saving money. It is very crucial to every businesses to save money. Meanwhile, this study is relevant and timely because this present period is the pace of different developments. And lastly, like the human evolution or the survival of the fittest, if we're not going to adapt, we will be extinct. Same thing with different organizations. If they're not going to enhance their system to adapt, they will be left behind. We should have welcome change if we know that it is for the better. And lastly, this study will not be successful with the help of different authors and readings. The following are my list of references. Thank you for watching.